Deborah from the Attic, and I want to do a quick update for you on my bullet journal progress. As you'll know if you've seen the previous videos, I'm learning bullet journaling, and I thought I would share my progress with you so that if this is something you've struggled with in the past, you can learn along with me, and maybe we can share some ideas and share mistakes. So this is the actual bullet journal that I'm working with. It's a Rhodia dot notebook. These dots are every 5mm and they're really helpful to help you lay out your pages. But I wanted to just show you a couple of other things that I've been using my journal for. So this is my new work diary. So when I say journal, I mean this book is the outer cover. I've got a link that will tell you how you can make this cover yourself, and it contains now all of my sort of information and activities and plans, and my personal diary and activities, and my work diary and activities. So I decided that I would take one of these traveller notebook inserts and I would adapt it for my work diary. So this is how it's come along. The colours are a bit wonky because I'm experimenting with some pens and with some colours of watercolour paints. So I don't actually like these colours, but it's all experimental, it's all fine, it still works, it doesn't prevent me having a working operable diary. Now it's really quick to do. All I've done is I've put the name of the month, I've separated out my days in this way. That leaves me space to put morning, afternoon and maybe early evening, or if I've got more than one appointment in the afternoon I can add them in there. And I've just written in the days of the week and the numbers down the side. I've only done Monday to Friday. I've left a little space at the bottom if I want to put any extra notes, because I don't need to know about Saturday and Sunday. And this has really nicely replaced my really chunky file of facts that I used to carry that was sort of this thick, but it had all of my information in it. And if I want to take my diary away with me and everything with me, it all fits into this booklet. If I want to go to a meeting with a light handbag, I just need to slip this little notebook out and I know when all my appointments are. So you might say, okay, so you've done up to the middle of November, but what happens to your appointments beyond November if you've got anything that needs to go in your diary in December and January? Well, I've used the future log for that. So that's here. I know there will be meetings that I will need to schedule up until next May. But this is just a quick way of logging those meetings so I don't lose them, and it means that whenever I get to my December month, I'll just transfer the dates from here into my December layout and I'll know exactly when all my appointments are. So this is just an added extra, and I found this to be really helpful, really useful. The other thing that I've done is I've started using another traveller notebook, which fits in here as well, to capture some ideas and experiments that I've been doing with natural colours using berries. And so I've got a piece of card here where I've written down my experiments. I've also put some colour onto some fabrics. I just want to see how these colours wear. There's an envelope that I showed you how to make in the past with some plant printing, which was something I really enjoyed. I was also using it to contain one of my little tags that I made using the same technique as well. And I've written down what I used, how I experimented. And then these are some things that I did the previous summer where I was scanning in grasses and wildflowers. And then this is a card, a gift tag that I made last year as well. So I'm using this. Oh, and this is to test out some little stamps that I'm going to be experimenting with as well. So this is a really useful way of, it's a dumping ground for me to put all of my ideas. I'm finding this a really useful way of capturing everything. And I have a quick thing that I want to show you. If I can stop the lights blinding you. I've been doing experimenting with colour cards and things like that with watercolours, which has been fun, but the thing I wanted to show you is this way of storing washi tape. So I've just been away on holiday. I've been away for about 2 weeks. I hope you didn't notice there was no break in the video loads ups, because I did those in advance and pre-scheduled them so you'd have something to look at while I was away. But I wanted a way to take washi tape with me. So this is one of my sheets. I've got another sheet in there. This is one sheet that is covered in the washi tape that I thought I might use in my book, and it meant when I was away I had it with me. Instead of having to take rolls, this is a way that I could take it. So this is a piece of laminating pouch that I've run through my laminator, but it's empty. Then I've used a corner punch just to soften those corners. If you leave them completely square, they can be a bit pointy and jaggy and you can catch yourself on them. So I've rounded those off, and then I've added strips of washi tape on both sides. And this means I can peel this off and use it exactly as if I was peeling it off a washi tape roll. And I've covered both sides, so that I have the things that the things that I'm most likely to use. I didn't use any from this, I did from my other one, but I wanted to show you this as a really easy way of taking washi tape with you on the go. So for the journal. This is the inside then. This is the month of September. So how did I get on with my layout for September? If you remember, I was keeping things really, really simple. I was just thinking in terms of blocks. And to make it easy to do artwork, I was just doing stickers and colouring in stickers and then adding them into my journal. So rather than worrying about artwork, I was focusing on the journal bit of it, making sure that I got myself organised, because the whole point of me starting bullet journaling was I wanted to take away the stress. I wanted to have a central depository that was like a dumping ground for all of my thoughts, my plans, any recipes I wanted to try out, any videos that I wanted to create and upload, a schedule for uploading them, a habit tracker, and I wanted somewhere that would capture all of these things really easily. So how did I get on? My first month was a little bit messy because I was actually travelling quite a lot as this month was flowing through. But I did find as I got into the routine of doing this on a daily basis, it was quite a nice thing to look forward to doing at the end of the day, to say, right, okay, I'm going to capture everything in my journal, so then I know everything is dealt with and I don't have to worry about anything. The social media I found really useful to help me stay on track with what I wanted to upload. The ideas bit was not big enough. I need a bigger space for ideas. The recipes I wanted to try was really helpful actually, and it meant that when I bought ingredients I could remember why I'd bought them, what recipe I'd bought them for, instead of buying pairs and thinking why were they even on my list. But that helped me a lot. And then I had my little squares for the week. And if anything, this was the least useful bit. And I found myself just writing things in here because I had to write things in here because there was a space. And the ideas were actually drifting into these boxes too. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try this again for another month and see how I get on. I had a section for the pen colours that I have. I've got a section for some natural cleaning recipes. And then in October, this is where we're at now. I'm sort of part way through October. How am I getting on with that? Well, first of all, I'm not using these. I'm really not using these boxes at all. But I am using my boxes for ideas and social media a lot. So that says to me, I need more space for that. I need less space for this. And for my numbers, for my dates, this is really useful. I really like this way of just looking at the entire month, and it's all there, it's all visible. You know exactly what's going on, what birthdays are coming up, what you need to do to prepare for events or anything like that. It's all in this section here. And I was trying to be lazy and save myself a bit of time, and I just wrote the numbers down this side, the dates of the month, along with just the first letter of the days of the week. And I thought that's fine, because then I can track across and I can put in my meal planner and I can do my habit tracker, and I'll just use the same numbers across there. What I found is actually I need numbers down this side, because otherwise I have to get a ruler out and just check that I'm on the right day. So I'm going to have to drop the lazy act and I'm just going to have to put numbers down both sides. To be honest, it's not that big of a deal. So that's one thing I'm going to change when I do my next month in November. And the other thing I'm going to change is I'm going to drop this. I'm going to create something that I've seen that I think will be a useful thing for me to remind me what I've done each day. And I'm going to create, on this page here, I'm going to do a line for each day of the month where I write down what I've achieved in that day. Some people use this as a gratitude log. I want to use it to take my stress away, and some of my stress comes from when I don't think I've achieved anything in the day. So for each day of the month, I am going to sit down in the evening, I'm going to write down what I've achieved in that day. Just a simple line, so there's no pressure, there's no big story, I don't have to write a whole load of things, it's just simply what I've achieved in that day. And that way I hope that, again, it will help to take away any little stressful things or feeling that you haven't accomplished enough. And maybe if at the end of the month I look back and I say, actually I've achieved loads of things, that's my plan. So that's where I'm up to so far, and I will be posting my video showing you how I do my plan for November when I'm at that point in the month. I've got some little stickers prepared. I did these while I was away on holiday. It was really nice and restful. I just used some colour pencils just to fill these, colour in these stamps that I had, and I'll show you how I'm going to use them in my book for November. So until we meet again, take care.